So I'm working on a photography project, and it's really just, it's a photo shoot, and we're trying to be creative with it. And I've been enjoying it so far, but I've been taking a lot of inspiration from just like vintage photography of my family, photos they have from way back in the day. And I find it so interesting because those photos were just so, like, those photos from back in the day are so, uh, like, there's just so much more life in them. And I just find it hilarious that I'm trying to mimic that. And when I ask my like family, like, what cameras are you guys using? Like, these photos are so great. Like, what are you guys doing that was differently? Because it's really like stuck in my head. I'm like, how? I'm just trying to like rationalize why are these photos so amazing? And they'll give me very basic answers. They'll be like, oh no, it's just a point and shoot camera, nothing special. I'll give you an example. There's so much life in these photographs because I feel like there's just so much more life back then. And my family comes from another country, and back when they were living there, it was like they would put up these carpet tapestries that were basically these carpets. Back in the day, people would like put up carpets on their walls and stuff. I mean, people do it a little bit as well in the West, but it's not as popular, especially not anymore. And it just added so much more life into a room or a space. And it made the photographs pop so much because they would be framed by these tapestries. And so, you'd have these amazing photographs where, people are just like framed by these tapestries, by these carpets, and everybody's like dressed up and they're just hanging out. And like, I'm guessing to them it was probably very normal. And maybe it's because everything seems more lifeless now that we have to recreate it almost. But back then it just seemed like, and I'm talking back then, like this is probably like the 80s, 90s, around that time. And I just think they were just so creative, but at the same time they were just living their life. Their life was the creativity. And so yeah, I just find it so fascinating. And I've been trying to, I guess, learn from these vintage photographs and in a way like mimic them, but also just recreate them. And try to recreate that, I guess, in my own daily life, because I'm like, oh, okay. So if you guys were just living that way and didn't have to, try so hard to, mimic that to try to make it come to life or anything, that was just your daily life. I want to do that as well. So it's made me more conscious even about like my space and how I decorate the things around me. And I'm like, okay, wait, that actually means something. Like, I'm not, this isn't just a room, this is a dwelling, this is a place people come and hang out, so that when you do pull out that camera or something for whatever occasion, like my family said, it could be just a point and shoot. The environment, like the set, is already perfect and unique in its own way, that the photograph doesn't become sterile or just boring, because the environment already has life and all the photograph is doing is capturing life. And that brings me back to the point of like, now we try to mimic that through doing these like unique photo shoots and stuff. Something I'm working on right now, even it's cool and everything. I still enjoy it, but I just find it so funny that the real lesson there is that you have to mimic that into your life. And yeah, it's just something I was thinking about recently, and I think it's been affecting like how I gauge my art, and like how I even like look at my art. It made me look at my art from like a meta perspective of like, okay, I don't have to try as hard, I suppose. I don't know, it's still like a thought process I'm still like spiraling through. But yeah, I don't know, it's just this weird like nostalgia, this beauty and nostalgia that these old photographs have. And yeah, I don't know, like, I just feel like you just can't, there's just no way to mimic them. And maybe that's what makes them so beautiful, is that they're gonna live in their own, maybe like, if somebody, if I even made a film about it or something, and I, took some of these set pieces as inspiration. Like set pieces, I'm saying like use photographs as inspiration for set pieces, or set productions, I should say, or whatever. But outside of that, there's just no, they live on their own, and I don't know, it makes me long for an experience I never even experienced, a life that I never even lived. And maybe that's the point of a photograph, is to make you want to be there, but to also give you a slice of that moment that happened, capturing that moment and immortalizing it. And I just find it so funny because, probably just someone like, you gotta stay right there, hold on, let me just take a picture. But that it really is important work. I think now that everybody has a camera and just takes photographs of everything, it's kind of diluted the art, and so it's not something. I won't say as special or as important. It is, of course, still important to this day. I mean, people probably want to know how we. I mean, everybody photographs everything now, so they will know how we lived if it lives on. Like 100 years from now, or whatever. But at the same time, people didn't try as hard back then. Yet that simplicity is what made those moments so much more special. Like, literally, like, go and find photographs from your family, like back in the 90s, 80s. I'm Gen Z, so being able to look at these, so I was born in the 2000s, so being able to see these photographs from the 90s, 80s, 70s, eras that I never got to experience, it really is like walking into another decade and life and a world that you never could imagine. And so I just think it's just a cool thing that I've been experiencing recently with this project, and I think I'm just going to keep exploring it and see what other questions and meta narratives that it invites into my mind. So something to think about, I guess.